Welcome, Commanders. This is Veteran Captain Ken, and today I'll be commentating on the Sydney Skirmisher League final round. Over on our left, commanding the Imperial Army, we have Matthew Freier. And over on our right, we have Michael Mooney commanding the Rebel Army. Okay, and it looks like the battle cards have also been selected, as we can see. So we've got advanced positions, hostile environment, and key positions. And in case anyone was wondering, Matthew Freier is the blue player on the left and Michael Mooney is the red player on the right. Okay, while our finalists work out what they're doing with their deployments, let's have a quick look at the battlefield. So first off, the first key position is the most obvious one in the middle there, as per the errata, is the AT-AT midsection there in the middle of the field. Towards the bottom of the field, we have the TIE Fighter cockpit that was selected by Matthew, and towards the top left there's a rock formation there that was chosen by Michael as the blue player. So those are our three key positions. Alright, as to what cover has been agreed by the two players, alright, all the rock formations are being considered as heavy cover. The AT-AT bodies are going to be considered also as heavy cover. The legs are light cover. The X-Wing and TIE Fighter parts are considered light cover. And the craters are open terrain, but also provide light cover if you're inside. So it's kind of like an area terrain piece. Also, just a big shout out to our sponsor, LegionTerrain.com, for supplying us with these beautiful terrain pieces, including the AT-AT body, the legs, the downed X-Wing, and the downed TIE Fighter. Check out our review video on those pieces for a discount code if you're interested. Okay, let's have a look at the armies, and there's some pretty interesting things happening here for both sides. So first off, let's do the Imperials. So we have General Veers, Boba Fett with Duck and Cover and Hunter, 3 Stormtrooper units with DLT-19s, 2 Sniper Strike teams, one of them with grappling hooks, and 3 74-Z speeder bikes with no upgrades. So I really find this list interesting because I have not seen triple speeder bikes used in a long time, especially in this day and age where every list has snipers and possibly Leia, which tend to wreck bikes really quickly. I also find it interesting that Veers doesn't have a steamed leader, generally because he's very squishy, and so you want to pass off saves to like your lowly troopers instead. And I wonder how he's going to keep his bikes under the command bubble, especially because the bikes don't have any upgrades in terms of comms, and Veers doesn't have any upgrades either in terms of command. So that will be interesting to see how this all works. And in saying that, I guess if Veers does die, then you can always promote Boba Fett to be your commander, because he's got a better courage value anyway. Speaking of Boba Fett, this is probably the first time I've seen one equipped without emergency stims. And again, this comes back to how long you can keep Boba Fett on the field and how much value you can get out of him before he dies, because generally he gets focused down pretty quickly. So this list gives him a total of 10 activations all up. I'm very curious to see how key positions would play out in this list, because you got to dedicate maybe one of the Stormtrooper squads to claim the TIE Fighter, and you got to have the rest of them do some work in the contesting the middle position somehow. I don't see the snipers doing so much work in claiming a key positions. Maybe if he places them somewhere near the TIE instead, so we'll see how he goes. Alright, let's have a look at the Rebel Army. So this is Michael Mooney's 5th Special Forces Death Eaters Recon Division Army, as he likes to call it. It looks like it's a variation of the Wonder Twins with Chewbacca as support. So let's go through it here. So we've got Leia Organa with Improvised Orders, Luke Skywalker with Force Push and Jedi Mind Trick, Chewbacca with Tenacity. We have 3 basic Rebel Trooper units. 2 of them have an extra unit, the other one's just bare bones. We've got 3 full Rebel Commando units. All 3 have Recon Intel and the Sniper Rifle upgrade. So that brings up a total of 9 activations, and I've got to say, 6 of those activations have Pierce, and 5 of them has Sharpshooter. It's a pretty interesting army, especially this is the first time I've seen full commando squads being used, let alone 3 of them. So I think Michael Mooney's taken a really safe gamble here, not having any impact weapons, especially because vehicles aren't really popular in this current meta. And I'm really curious in seeing how this army works. Like at first glance, this army seems to be very mobile, and you know, it's going to hit like a ton of bricks, especially with all that sharpshooter and pierce going around. But I think Michael just has to be careful on keeping his units alive, because with rebel saves and moving around a lot, he's going to be exposed to return fire. So this game is going to be decided on the timing of events for him, I believe, especially when using Luke Skywalker. Getting him there in the final round of the game will be key to victory, especially with key positions, in using him to push off enemy units. Also, how he's going to deal with Boba Fett as well is going to be interesting to see. Okay, let's have a quick look at what's been deployed so far. So first off, on the bottom left, it looks like a scout sniper strike team with the grappling hooks, so that's pretty good positioning there. I think he was just outside of his deployment zone, and I'm guessing on turn one he's going to use his grappling hooks to get one of the snipers up onto the ledge, and leaving the spotter go mini down at the bottom. So that way he keeps more durability for that strike team should they cop any wounds. Let's see there on the bottom right, it looks like another sniper strike team. Both of them are on top of the elevated rocks there, but it looks like one of them may be out of line of sight with the bulk of the rebel army, so let's see what happens there. Okay, it looks like Matthew has deployed one of his Stormtrooper DLT units down in that crater there, and has used the Scout 1 to scout forward with speed 1, provided to him by the special rules of advanced positions. Okay, I might have to take back some words here. The way Matthew has those two sniper scouts deployed, they may actually be in a good position to run down at the end of the game and claim that TIE Fighter key position objective. Okay, rather than have you guys sit there and watch the whole deployment, I think we'll speed this up, and let's have a look at what deployment looks like right at the end. Okay, welcome back everybody. This is what the end of deployment looks like. So let's start with the Imperial deployment. So first off, the most obvious thing there, we have the blob of the triple bike squads just centered there in the middle, right at the edge of the deployment zone, so they can't scout forward. Right next to the blob on the left there is one of the DLT Stormtrooper squads. In the middle of that squad there, you'll find Boba Fett and Veers as well, just tagging along. As we saw before, the first DLT squad has deployed also in the crater, taking that area terrain. And interestingly there, on the far right, just behind the barricades, we also have another DLT squad. In between the two sniper squads that might be a bit hard to see there due to their camouflage scheme. Now, looking at the rebel deployment for advanced positions, in the top left corner there we have a Leia, so it's an interesting placement there for Leia. Interestingly, Leia has been placed in such a way that she's in full line of sight of the top right sniper team. I'm not sure if this was done on purpose or not, but yeah, that remains to be seen. Alright, and the commando squads have been placed, one at the key position there at the bottom left, one on the X-Wing wing, and one on the AT-AT head there. As for the rebel troopers, you have the basic 4-man squad placed on the barricades just left of Leia. You got the other 5-man squad on the top part of the map there on barricades, and the other one is next to the commando squad where the AT-AT head is. Luke Skywalker can also be found where the AT-AT head is. And last but not least, Chewbacca, who is also the bounty for Boba Fett's token, is placed where the key position is for the red player down on the bottom left next to the commando squad. Okay, I think this is a very interesting setup. It really does look like the rebel player, Michael, has deployed in a much more better position than the Imperial player has. This is only because from first glance it looks like there's more of a convergence on the rebel army for the middle objective. I don't see how the Imperial player can contest the central objective just with the two Stormtrooper squads. It looks like Matthew is going to commit one of the other Stormtrooper squads to claiming that TIE Fighter, and the two snipers will probably be there for fire support instead. Just looking at where the bikes are placed, I'm not sure if they can actually contest the central objective, But there might be a good way to contest the first objective there on the bottom left for the red player. If they can dislodge that commando unit and Chewbacca, possibly even weakening Chewbacca to the point where Boba Fett can come in there and claim the bounty token, that would be a huge swing on this game. Otherwise, all I can see here that's happening is Leia is in a fantastic position to coordinate bombard those bikes, possibly one of those sniper teams. And if the rebel player can hold back Luke and not push him in early, he can come in and then claim that central objective, possibly dislodge any Imperial units that are there to try to contest it as well. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Okay, and we're back. Alright, looks like they both predictably went for the coordinated bombardment and maximum firepower. Yeah, and the roll-off goes to the rebel player with initiative. Alright, looks like Leia's activating first. First action's taking an aim. And looking like she's using take cover for herself and the rebel troopers. Alright, it'll be interesting to see what targets that Michael selects for Leia's coordinated bombardment. I'd say he's probably going to use the attack on the 3 bikes. If he has line of sight to that sniper team, I'd probably go there first. Alright, it's going for the snipers.
So I've got heavy cover.
2 hits. Alright, 2 saves. Here we go. No cover. Oh, 2 blanks. That's gonna hurt. It all depends on if one of them is out of sight or not. Nope. Both snipers off the board. No, sorry. Both units, both minis in that unit is off the board. So that's huge. A whole activation deleted on the first turn without anything coming back at Leia. That's huge. Getting a sniper off the board like that on the first turn without them doing anything. Definitely going to put Matthew on the back step there. Oh, the tension's killing me. What's the second target? Alright, second attack into Boba Fett. 2 wounds. Alright, let's see. Sorry, 2 hits. Oh, saves 1. So 1 wound on Boba. It looks like the third target's going to be one of the bike squads. And we've got another 2 hits. Looks like a save, so 1 wound on a bike. Huge activation for the Rebel player, huge. It's one of the main things that's really important in this current meta is that if you can dislodge or destroy a whole sniping unit early, yeah, it's huge. Can't state that enough, obviously. Alright, it's down to Matthew's activation. Time to see if he's going to either use Veers or go from the bag. Oh. I think he's going for Veers. Yep. He's using his spotter, giving it to himself and to one of the stormtrooper units. Looks like he's using another aim on himself. Sorry, it must be... no. Looks like he used spotter on the stormtrooper unit and one of the bikes, and he's used aim for himself. Okay, so end of the activation. Maximum firepower on Chewbacca. What do we got there? Yeah, looks like a miss. Using the aim to reroll. It's like 4 criticals. Wow. Chewbacca gets no cover. Even though Shaviz has sharpshooter 1. Oh, looks like Michael's rolled 2 saves, so Chewbacca takes 2 wounds from the maximum firepower. Alright, looks like both players have to draw from the bag for their next activations, so everything will be random from this point on. Alright, if I was a betting man, and if I was Michael, I'd really hope I'd draw a Special Forces right now, so I can draw that. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. I think he's already drawn it. Yep. Yeah, the reason being is, with those bikes bearing down in that position, you'd really want those commanders to have to take shots on those bikes before they come in. I think he's still deciding on targets, whether he's going to split fire or focus.
He's out in the open too much for me. Yeah, so duck and cover is just better. I've had games where duck and cover saved 3 wounds, and like that's awesome. I've had games where he just instead would have won it for me, or would have won it for me. So, yeah, I can't. So snipers, yep. The commandos will shoot these stormtroopers. Yep.
Oh, going for the stormtroopers. It looks like he can use both weapons on the stormtroopers.
Yep. Doesn't matter. Stormtroopers. Like, holy crap! I can't roll a save today. It's not a good thing to start with.
Yeah. Didn't see the hits there, but looks like 2 minis got defeated.
It's like, yeah, missing a lot of saves. Not good. Okay, that's not what I wanted.
Matthew complaining about his saves. Alright, what did he draw? I'd say that's a corpse unit. Alright, which core unit is going to activate?
He goes anywhere.
Contemplating using that suppressed stormtrooper unit to return fire on the commandos, maybe. If it is a corpse unit, what I'd probably do in this position now is I would probably activate that unit. Reason being, it's a press. You might as well put a rally on them, and they're in range of all those other rebel units. So if you don't activate them, they're going to get shot at, and you won't get the value out of them. So, assuming that DLT is still alive, he's got options to split fire, perhaps. But I'd probably focus down on either Chewie or the commando unit. Decisions.
Let's fire at these guys. He gets 2 dice.
Alright, looks like he's going with that stormtrooper unit.
The aim.
I got cover 2, but
I got sharpshooter. And 2.
Oh, no wait, I take it all back. It turns out it's Boba Fett. Alright, well, that makes total sense. Boba Fett firing at the commando unit that's on the X-Wing wing. 2 wounds. 2 commandos off the board.
All the snipers were.
Special forces again for Michael. Probably going to go with that same unit, I hope. Return fire. Split fire. And that's the beauty of having a full commando unit with a sniper rifle, because you have options now to split fire.
Want to get a second opinion on that? Where's the edge of his base? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're all good. No problem. Not even close.
Oh, range 3. Just as I thought. Probably a good idea now to finish off that stormtrooper squad. I have one less unit in the game to claim, to contest the middle key position. In saying that, Boba Fett does have a wound token on him, so focusing him down now would mean he'll be weaker for the late game. So tough choices to make in the early game.
My dice keep rolling how they've been rolling. It's not good. But then, well,
Looks like he's going to focus down on Boba. All weapons.
alright, so one goes away, take one.
Taking an aim.
Oh, sorry, I didn't roll. It doesn't matter. As soon as I roll, I should have rolled 2 dice because he got pierced 1, but it doesn't matter because he pierces a 1. I just need to roll. Yeah. But still, like, seriously, I can't roll.
Alright, Boba Fett takes another wound.
I've been playing Scout Troopers. Can't roll it. Hurry up. Save my life. I've been playing Scout Troopers with Guardian and on the Imperial Guards next to them to soak up the shots. They don't soak up the shots. They just die. Alright, well, I've already pulled the worst thing I can pull out of my bag already, so let's see if I can pull something. Troopers, sure. These ones before they die.
Alright, Matthew pulls. Corpse units. Sorry, core unit.
They're suppressed.
No rally, so they stay suppressed. Of course, Matthew's doing the activation I thought he would do last turn, but it turned out it was Boba Fett. So probably a good idea now, yep, to activate them before they die, as he said. Lots of choices here. Personally, I'd probably hit the commando unit that's already activated in the X-Wing wing. I mean, they've already taken two wounds, so they're down to nearly half strength. Oh. Going for the trooper squad. Just with the DLT. Oh, defeats a mini. Oh, must have been a critical. Because I believe those rebel troopers are behind heavy cover. So normally with just the DLT, unless you pull crits, you're not going to be able to push damage through. It would just be a suppression. But looks like you got a lucky crit through.
I mean, I'm sure they can shoot at these guys, but not all of
Yeah.
them. Okay. You can snipe. They got no cover against the sniper.
It's a bit hard to see from here, but that middle piece with the AT-AT body, it's blocking a lot of line of sight between the two players. So it's only the extremities that can actually see each other. Alright, looks like Michael's moving up a Rebel Commando unit towards the key position there. And he's targeting Boba Fett. Alright, looks like 2 hits. Gets reduced down to 1 due to heavy cover, becoming light cover due to sharpshooter. Alright, Boba Fett getting an extra dice due to impervious. Only 1 save, but gets pierced. That's another wound on Boba Fett. And yeah, that's the thing with Boba Fett. If he gets focused down pretty early, then he's not going to be effective in the end game. Generally, most players put Boba Fett in away, hiding somewhere out of line of sight so he doesn't get shot. But I guess on this field there was no choice. Alright, Special Forces, using them to activate the sniper strike team there on the bottom left. And using the grappling hooks to get the sniper mini on top. That way, with the grappling hooks, it doesn't have to roll the clambering roll. Good idea too, to leave a mini at the bottom there of the ledge, out of line of sight, so that way, if anything does happen to the sniper rifle, the guy at the bottom can pick it up. Unlike what you saw in the first activation where the strike team got deleted. Alright guys, because I know some of you will be skipping through this anyway, I'm going to stop the commentary for now and restart it again at the round summary. You can find the timestamps for the summaries in the description below. In the meantime, I'm going to boost the sound so you guys can hear what the finalists are saying and what they're up to, and you'll hear me again at the end of round 1.
Wait, you call that weird. Trooper.
Which waste of space?
Don't guys with that stuff down there.
That's true.
There should be plenty of training shells. Grabbing random stuff up here as well.
Running DT?
Yeah.
Oh, Death Troopers? How many?
2.
Okay, I need 4, bro. He's hiding. Not very well.
No, he's getting shot. He's pretty much in Yeah, just this one? Yeah, take that, yeah. I mean, you know, if the lift wasn't big enough, you know, yeah, let's go. Carry all that shit up the stairs.
What else did they do?
Was there like 3 things? Or
more dodges? Oh, I guess that's an actual order.
There's a tree base in there somewhere.
It's
There's a tree base, yeah.
I was wondering if the lights are going to get caught up.
Alright, I'm going to tap 2. Yep.
That's not a thing. Yep. Fights.
I'm going to tap 2 and I'm going to tap the extra one that I get.
No problems. Yeah, no cover.
Something you need, Yep.
Aim fire into the commandos.
And you take
Really?
that's right. That's the weekend goes a little bit.
These two.
I just have little pretty cards at home.
So, what?
No cover.
And all the death stupid cards that I can try to remember.
No, they
That's not a problem.
I only got covered from my original position. I mean, that's like, you get shots on me now, but they're pretty good. Especially
Yes.
if they don't die, it might not.
They'll have hard cover.
Oh, they already have hard cover. This gives hard cover, and the one guy behind it.
I don't like say if there's white shot again because they got low profile, so the light people.
They're already behind this. I'm not going to get all the way up to here where it would matter. I know. Like, it's not going to happen. Why are you getting shot at by troopers?
Yeah.
Oh no. I got heavy guns. Where's the leader? Oh, are they shooting at him? I mean, I guess if I can't roll, right? I might as well shoot him. So we get 4 black. Against heavy cover.
That was a squad of 5, yes. Oh, do I go cover 1 into the blacks?
Depends. If this guy's behind this, depending on your angle, it might be cover 2.
Customer said they got cold and had flux inside for them.
I did not think
Into Bobber.
Sorry.
Into Bubba? Oh, you made a crit. Got the important one. Alright. Don't kill me. Ah, there we go.
Pressure.
Yeah. He'll eat it. I'm much more happy with the suppression than another wound. He's not long for this world.
I'll do it later.
You'll go?
Yeah. The bag. Troopers. Range 4 already.
Move forward 1.
So he's just going to walk up to here.
9. Oh, move forward 12.
Do you measure range 4 from the weapon or the captain?
So the range is from the leader, line of sight from each leader. Which I think is strange, but
It does feel strange, but it means I can do things like this with bikes. I still get both weapons.
Because you get to...
The bikes, both arcs kind of
You make a
like-
triangle with a leader, a weapon, and a target. And your weapon is on the corner. It means you need range from along the way with the leader. And they think, that seems weird, even though your weapon can see.
Popping 2 into them. Any cover, any crits, any crits. No, but I still got the hits. Still take that suppression. That's what I do. I can put a hole in it. A thing to make them scared. That's it.
It was an action extent.
Depends how much they rally. So he flips 2. Or is that just normal?
What else do I have to go?
Okay, yep. Take
Two bikes to have to go.
I still got 2 bikes. This squad. That's it.
I've got Chewie and a Trooper.
Yeah.
And if I shoot him, I've got Pierce 2, which then gives you 2 extra dice, right? How much health does he have?
He's eaten a lot of damage.
Shit.
Yeah, but, you know, if you roll 4 blanks, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, into Baba.
Oh, gamble.
Cool. And then do you have sharp? You don't have sharpshooter on him, do you?
No.
So he doesn't do anything.
Fuck. I didn't even think of that.
He does take a section.
Yeah.
He's very scared at the moment. Well, he's now suppressed. He's got 3, right? He's now feeling it. He's got 3? He got 3. He's finally suppressed. He's feeling it now.
I need 2 crits.
Bikes.
I think regardless if you shot out, it would have been terrible. They're all behind heavy cover anyway. So, I would have gambled.
Back to the start. Hold this for me, and then clear everything out below him. Too many tokens. Shooting Luke.
I don't know if you have arc on him.
Because I specifically moved him to have arc.
Yeah, I don't have the card.
So I could have literally just turned him slightly more. If you want to be finicky. I could have turned him like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got arc on Luke. They take aim and shooting at Luke.
The second bite?
I mean, I just need a position so he does. Right there.
Okay.
I literally just need to take him up and put him back.
I'll give you
Like if you want to be finicky about it, I will pre-measure everything beforehand. But the fact that I can literally swing it however I like, just make sure it's in.
Well, it's just like
He's going to
X-Wing,
be the
like,
same angle as the leader, that's why. But yeah, it's not
like X-Wing, like the whole game is made with, like, you gotta like be precise with how you push it.
If you want me to, I can be precise for the rest
No,
of the game. That's fine.
that's alright. Just like, it probably won't happen again, man.
It will with these guys.
Okay.
They will matter. If you got no cover, 2, 5. Take 3. So that's. Chewy, go for it.
How many suppression does he have?
Just 2.
I'll just get because I don't have credit in there. I've got 10 points.
I'm not killing him anymore.
Build some stuff.
You gave me something better.
So he's got 1 action, correct?
What's his card?
2.
Yeah, 1 action. Yeah. Okay, suppress. Shoot away. They are the ones who got
7, 9.
That one?
these 2, yeah.
Yep.
Did I get cover 2 from there? Nah, you can totally see them. Cover 1, yeah. Doesn't matter. All crits.
No cover.
It does make the question very mute when all of a sudden it's just like all crits. It's alright. They go down fast. It doesn't bother me too much. Troopers, these guys.
They need to get
Somewhere where they can actually do something.
straight up run.
Yeah, we're just running.
Alright.
There's no bother shooting. I mean, I could shoot them. Leave. I mean, I guess I could shoot them. If I've got range. I guess, yeah, I just put everybody else in the cover. Don't waste a shot, I guess. They don't have DLT, need your crits. Nope. Take the suppression.
Did you see the suppression 3 tokens?
I have it, yeah. Oh, look, it's them. 3 of them. Oh, keeping it all.
They get no actions, right?
No, they can only ever be suppressed. They just make sure that they're in his bubble. If they're outside of his bubble, they're running. Oh, it's range 3. You gotta get to the base. They run straight off the board? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, 1 year thing.
That's it.
I still don't well, I guess it's kind of even for the sniper rifles. Or is it just dying? I got 1 more unit.
I'll just grab these.
That's fine.
I need 3, you need 1. 4!
Here, 1 to there.
1. We're back 4. I can't do that. Okay. 4, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Then up there. And I shoot at Luke.
Yeah.
Who now has cover 1. Yep. 2 more. Alrighty.
Saves get Alright, that's the end of turn 1, so let's have a look at the board state. So first, straight off the bat, we had a sniper strike team in the top right hand corner there, deleted from the first activation from a Layer's coordinated bombardment. So that was a good roll there. Proceeding from that, Boba Fett has taken a lot of damage. He's down to 1 HP. It's like one of the bike squads there has taken 1 damage as well. The DLT squad next to Boba Fett and Veers, they've taken some casualties. And it looks like Matthew, the Imperial player, is moving towards the central objective using the DLT squad that's in the crater. Also, unsurprisingly, the DLT squad has advanced and has also captured the TIE Fighter objective. So that gives Matthew Freier the single objective there. Over on the Rebel side, importantly, Luke Skywalker, I think he's moved up a little bit too early there to claim the central objective. And he's taken a lot of fire there from the speeder bikes. He's down to 1 HP. He's taken 5 damage. Yeah, so that's a lot of damage that he's already taken this early into the game. Also, the other units have taken a beating. Chewie, he's taken 3 damage, most of it from Beers' maximum firepower. And the commando squad near him has taken 3 casualties, so they're down to a 2-man squad, just the leader and the sniper rifle. The Rebel Trooper squad that was on the northern barricades, they ran off the map. They didn't take any casualties, but they'll cop in the suppression, and then because that move from Luke Skywalker moving up too early, they were out of his command bubble. So they didn't rally, and they managed to run off the field. So that was a huge trade for the Rebel player. I'm not sure where this game's going to go. It looks like it's going to be pretty close. Both sides have just been bludgeoning at each other. Both sides have lost units in this game. So let's see what our commanders have to say about this.
Died a lot in the first half, and then I got back in with Luke.
It was interesting. Could have gone better for me, I think, but we'll see how next round goes.
Alright, starter turn 2. What do we got? We have Son of Skywalker from Michael and Whipcord from Matthew. It'll be interesting to see who gets the first shot here. Yep, and initiative goes to the Rebel player. So, looks like Luke Skywalker is going to be jumping in there first. We'll be seeing if he's going to take down Boba Fett or if he's going to be doing something else.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's no choices.
There's no choices.
Yeah. Has to go, has to go. That is not No, if I won that one, I would probably say I'm very, very much ahead. And now I'm going to say I've got problems. I've got major problems. Mainly an angry Jedi.
Okay, Luke activates first, and his first action is going to be a move, as expected. And now it looks like with the free action, Michael is going to use Luke to do the Jedi mind trick on the DLT squad behind the barricades there. And now it comes down to whether he wants to use force push or not.
Yeah, I think so.
Looks like he'll be using force push on Veers. Now we all know where the second action is going to be spent. It's going to be a move, it's going to be in base contact with Boba Fett, so he can swing his lightsaber at him. Now, it just all comes down to if Michael remembers that with Son of Skywalker, if he does kill Boba Fett on the first attack, then, he's only got 1 HP after all. If he can remember to use the ranged attack for Luke on another target, because he can do that with Son of Skywalker.
Pretty sure you can get Veers. I don't know if he can actually move to you.
No, what I'm doing is force push. Can you force push bikes?
I think it's tricky.
Well, while Michael works out who he's going to use force push on, I've just noticed there that Matthew has probably forgotten to put his command tokens back into the bag, because then he had to assign to Boba Fett. So, hopefully he remembers after his activation with Boba, or non-activation of Boba if he doesn't survive. Shouldn't matter too much, but he'll just have to scoop up all those command tokens and put them back in the bag before that happens.
If I can go under there, can I attack both units if I'm touching base contact?
You're supposed to do it so you're not in base contact with 2 units. Only one.
So I'm assuming Boba? Unless my luck absolutely reverses.
And that's Boba Fett off the board. So, it does look like Michael does remember that you can use the range attack with Son of Skywalker. So, let's see what target he chooses.
How many? 4 to start with?
Yeah.
And you got Pierce 2?
Yeah.
So I gotta roll 6 flanks. 6 flanks. Yeah. 6 flanks.
Alright guys, once again, I'm going to stop the commentary, and I'll see you again in the turn 2 end of round summary.
Almost did it. There's one. Well, Alright, that's fine.
So then he gets a second attack, right?
On nothing. He's not in combat. He can shoot.
I always forget.
Yeah, my dice rolls today, he was not good.
In between those two attacks, can he force him?
Not in between those two.
Because you're ending his turn. Yeah, he already did it.
Meet a
Dressed up as being terrible.
meet action.
So who you shooting?
When you was like, okay, I'm going to enter this base combat and force somebody else to be base combat.
That's right. Veers is now going to have you covered.
Would he be though?
Yeah. Because he's on the other side of the area, and you're not in contact with the barrier.
I should have put him in the freaking. I should have like there. Oh,
Who are you shooting?
2 shots into whatever I want.
Yeah. Troopers, bikes.
I'm gonna go
wouldn't
for the spike
recommend.
unit.
Yeah, sure, fair enough. That's one.
Yeah, you got
And
one.
does it a pierce one? Oh no, I got cover one. You got no sharpshooter. Yeah. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I would like to have had Boba for that. So to the bag, I guess.
This would be hard fun if I was playing just like, so what are your other commander cards? And they'll be like, does he have more Boba cards? Does he not?
Troopers! Shoot him.
Shoot him or combat?
No, I'm gonna aim and shoot him. Because he doesn't have a dodge token, so I don't care.
Shoot that gun!
Because I really do not want to combat him. I would like to be able to shoot with other things at him. He actually murders people by shooting at him.
Like, he's pretty good too.
He's not that good, but he rolls more crits than he does hits.
Yeah, I've rolled 2 crits with him.
And I got an aim. Let's go. We roll 3.
Nice.
Now. Alright. So I guess that's a fair trade. Yeah, no, the bike's going.
Improvised orders.
Improvised into the same thing.
No, it's commander.
Commando's and then
No, I mean like the first one he pulled was a commander.
Oh, with a commander. Oh, I missed that. Okay. That makes much more sense. I'm like, I really not want your skirmiships.
They're gonna aim?
Yeah, the commandos, yeah. Who are they killing?
Much of that new stuff.
They're gonna kill off the limping bike? Or are they gonna try to hurt up a new one?
So you wouldn't get cover with that bike?
Which one?
That one.
No. No, gosh, no.
Even if I split fire.
That's correct. Living fire doesn't help me in cover at all. Living fire doesn't mean anything.
So I can split fire with the sniper, bang, and then those guys bang. Alright. Sniper first?
Is it a slow bike, is it?
Yeah. How many wins do I have?
He was smashing me
And so he takes one.
I did a little cheeky steal everything.
Blind!
They can't then shoot into him.
No, you have to all clear all at the same time. Which is why I thought Leia's attack 3 has to be all clear at the same time.
Yep.
Because of that.
They'll go into that front squad.
Different attack.
Yeah, but it's 3 separate attacks. But this also technically counts as a separate attack.
It's the same attack. It's all one attack.
Yeah. So 2 on them? Yeah, and you've got your thingy, so.
Minimum number of times.
Walk one. Take one.
I just don't have the patience to like,
Okay.
because I go down, I don't know,
Not the worst thing in the world.
Scourge or
What do we want?
40 over them and
2 halves of the game for Freier.
What color is
Snipe these guys. Aim shoot.
yeah,
So I need 2 hits or crit. There's no you will never roll dice.
Huh?
I'm gonna pierce 1 and I can't do 2 wounds.
I got cover 1, which goes to cover 2, so I'd have cover 1.
Yeah, which means you're never gonna roll a defense dice. So I'm either gonna whiff or kill him. There's nothing else. There's the crit. Oh, I could get a second crit actually. So let's reroll. No. So it just kills off the sniper. Why are you rolling?
I'm just like going through my head. Because if I got 2.
Well, because first up, I hit crit. Cover takes away 1.
Yes. Yeah.
You take 1, and I pierce 1. And they take a suppression.
Bucker. He's got 1 suppression.
Which is probably what you want, actually.
Yeah, that's what you want. Doesn't have pierce.
Does he?
No.
I can't remember what he actually has.
None of those bikes have gone, have they?
No.
He's going to aim and shoot into these guys.
Yep. Another 1.
So that's a
3. And did he aim?
he did.
Okay. So there's no point. You can only get once.
Or a crit.
Which doesn't do anything because I already just blocked 1 anyway.
So 3 go through on
Wow. Shot. Cool. This is getting bloody fast. Thanks.
But our updates are the same thing where it's multiple cards. And have you ever played the Lord of the Rings?
This guy.
It's like a deck building one where there's like you buy stuff from the deck and you build up the hand.
He's gonna sit right in front of you. He's gonna shoot that commando squad. He's gonna aim and shoot the commando squad specifically.
Shut up!
Three.
I don't know, like compared to Hearthstone, it's like
I guess it's designed for a wider range.
yeah, it was designed for people that play rugby. If you want to like exactly, like I'll do a quick. You don't want to be able to do like
4 games. Sure.
They're going to aim and shoot that.
I should grab where to.
That's alright, I'll just watch because I won't go down.
That's it. Oh, actually,
No, it's not. Got 3. I've got to roll all.
no cover.
Oh, actually, no cover. Sorry, I got to roll 4. Most likely he's dead.
Although in its defense, magic has been around for ages.
Doesn't matter. He already died just from his normal rolls.
The same as one. That's true.
You're hot, right?
It's
That's
true.
Which
Which is how it should have been because there's no time for meta to really settle.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I hated logging in being like, oh, it's a new update this week. Especially if there was an update last week. And you're going to get used to new changes and hero damage and stuff.
Alright,
And they did a big one a few weeks ago on 2 heroes that completely didn't work. And 2 of the heroes they reworked were the 2 that I mainly played, so it's been such a... And one of them is done really good and I really liked it, the other one's just completely changed how I play.
Still Chewbacca.
I'm in those old habits of being like,
Aim shoots. You got cover 1.
because I I've activated now, it's like it automatically activates after you know where as to who's going over.
4, 3, because you got covered.
So it's just when you like FBL,
He's been hot with his dice.
then they switch it. You're like, oh crap, now I feel like I'm
He's enraged.
Yeah, that's fine. So he loses this.
Now they should they need this out.
Yes.
Yeah, don't kill my bike.
Have they moved?
No.
Oh, they did. They shot.
Oh yeah, they did this. Yeah, sorry.
Switching heroes.
That's right, they killed
I'm
it.
learning a new hero.
Let's see if he is.
Yeah.
Ah, did they go?
Used to be on
No. I don't think so.
No. Did they? No.
Well, how many? I've used what, 1, 2, 3, 4 units, and you had Luke
So if they only update it once every
Yeah, no.
month or two,
They didn't.
that's so much easier for the dice to say.
Cheating already, Michael.
Huh?
Cheating already?
He activated it, without doing anything.
No, because you had the order token, which means it unbalanced the rest of the order
We're
token.
putting these new ones in.
Oh, yeah, true.
Also, and as soon as he rolls the dice, though, he's shooting.
Oh, now there's a new hero. Oh my god.
That's the way he's playing his speed, is the.
New hero last month. That was the other
I will aim and shoot at that bike.
Do I have cover from this? I'll give him cover too then.
Well, it's hard because I can see the whole bike, like, above that.
What's the ruling?
Like,
Yeah, but the problem is like the base is like obscured.
yeah, the base is totally obscure.
Do I get covered if my base is obscured? Because it's on the flying base. So you can see the whole bike.
Yeah. Base is your vehicle.
No, from here.
If it's from
From
these
here
guys.
over the X-Wall.
Yeah, more than 50% of his base.
Yeah, sweet.
All right, heavy
That's what I
cover.
thought.
Then they released.
And I need it for that guy.
Huh?
I need it for that guy. So 2 in. I can't. Troopers.
Handstanding orders at the first one, I thought, no, I'm going to read
Okay, thanks.
Straight up run.
They're not going to do anything back there, and I need their guns.
So you pull if I pull?
I'll lose that on stage now.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, it's so early in the game that I need them.
I was going to sting leader on him. I'm just going to run him up with the they'll take all the hits. His gun's quite amazing. Run him up with his gun. He's Death Troopers and it. Yeah. His gun is mean as well. It's meant to be.
Misplaced them.
I'm just wondering what. Yeah, that's the closest I could have got if I wanted to get a shot off. MVs. I'm going to shoot into the bikes, so they'll aim and shoot.
Yep. Nah, I just misplaced this guy. I should have put him a little bit different.
I gotcha.
Because I could have put him farther away.
Alright, I will do these.
Yeah, it's all flags.
I will spin a 2.
Come on, white dice. Save it.
Here's. I'm just fucking with
What was I say? From these guys? No. Beers. Roll.
Across the table.
I haven't seen all the people in the squad, so that's good.
Cultivate a couple ones to play one
You're getting a cap anyway, you're beating it. I'll argue it's a heavy cover. I'll argue it's a heavy cover. And then one kind of attack them.
You can choose to incorporate
And this next one,
So we go about the Imps.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And he's gonna shoot that.
Important game,
it's alright, we'll play Western. And outside indoors, the planet is reflective of the planet nearby.
Reroll them all.
essentially,
Yeah.
I'm worried about.
You got heavy cover, so that's nothing. Come on, dude. You got more likely to roll the other way.
Man, that,
Here's man just rolled 2 hits. He's got 2 crits on his dice and 1 hit, and he rolled 2 hits. They do take a suppression. I'm actually like, he's actually kind of safe where he is.
yeah, he is. It's annoying.
Take a pot shot at the dice. With cover 1.
I'll take an aim.
You get 2 rolls. Oh, there you go.
You have your own idea.
Leading the charge is what my views is doing.
Focus. What do you got?
I think I just have troopers left. We got 2 tokens. Yeah, 1's bites, which is dead. Yeah, it's troopers.
Okay.
Not stuffy. Yeah.
And that's another
It's custom environment, so it's pretty good. Let's go back to this.
Four on something.
Yes, I don't know all those little rules.
Yeah, let's try to take him out.
Commando?
Yeah. I need crits. Yeah, he was outside of 3.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Veers is, so. Nope.
You're rolling.
So just try to find it out.
Nope.
Yeah, I stacked one up with more.
You're out?
Yeah, I'm out.
I will get rid of this.
Slay can come over.
Come out and play?
I had to. You were doing
How dare you attack me?
Yeah, that's not going good for me.
Keep it?
Huh?
Oh, just they're not touching this hostile environments, yeah?
Yeah. I think Veers isn't touching either, so.
No, yeah, he gets both. Yeah, he rallied one.
How you guys all done?
Yeah.
What do I have?
Big 10 second right?
It's gonna be an uphill battle. He's got a lot of shots on me, and I've got a whole lot of shots on him. It's not me. Yeah.
Same for you, Mike?
I'm in the business of dealing damage, and business is good.
Man, you guys. Action.
I like that it's Imperials versus Rebels.
Yeah.
And I like you wore your Imperial shirt.
I know. I have to. Gotta represent.
Alright, let's have a look at the board state at the end of turn 2. Man, I gotta say, this was another turn of just pure action. Both players applying massive amounts of aggression and pressure on each other. And yeah, you can see the casualty rates because of that. Right, so let's have a look at the changes on the Imperial side for Matthew. So first off, Boba Fett deleted, gone. 2 out of the 3 original bike squads have been deleted, with the remaining 1 taking a wound. We also have General Veers. He's taken a suppression, and he's been force pushed out into the open, but closer towards the center objective. Okay, looks like also the DLT squad that was holding the objective on the right, the TIE Fighter cockpit, has advanced forward and moving towards the center. So I think Matthew is trying to make a big play here for the center field, and he's most likely going to use that sniper scout squad, the strike team, sorry, in the bottom right there, maybe in the last few stages of the game, to climb back down and then walk across the field. So I'm not sure if they're actually in range to do that. So he's going to have to time it well, and possibly on turn 5 to get this to work. All right, let's have a look at the Rebel side. Big loss there with Luke Skywalker going down, but it's something that had to happen, I guess. Personally, I would have held him back. I would have saved him for the next few turns, especially now that the Stormtroopers and Veers are advancing towards the central objective. So with forced push and with Luke Skywalker charging in there, you like mess them up real good. But yeah, that option won't be there anymore. All right, what else is taking damage here? So Chewie taking another 2 damage, so he's down to 3. No, he's down to 4. 4 HP left. The Commando squad lost a sniper that's in front of him, so this is down to the unit leader. And Leia, well, I guess with the loss of Luke, so you need Leia into the fight now. So Leia's been moved up towards the X-Wing. Looks like the Commando squad next to the X-Wing has taken a bit of a beating as well. They've lost a mini or 2 there. The Rebels Trooper squad from the AT-AT head has advanced forward, also to provide some sort of contesting with the central objective. And the Commando squad just in front of that Rebel Trooper squad has taken a few hits as well. Looks like a couple of suppression tokens there. No real damage, just a missing Commando mini. All right, so this could be anyone's game. I think it's still in the Rebels pocket here. It all depends on who can hold that central objective, and if those bikes, well, what kind of damage they can put on. If Chewie can hold on to this round, take down the bikes, and then apply pressure on the DLT squads, there just won't be enough units to contest the central objective from the Imperial side. All I can see there is, assuming one of the DLT squad goes down, you're only going to have Veers, a DLT squad, and maybe the DLT squad that's advancing on the right there. Versus if you have, there's already 2 Rebel units there next to the AT-AT body and the central objective. The Commando squad can get in there too. Leia can get in there as well. I would be moving that singular Commando leader by himself back behind the rocks to claim that objective, and pushing that Rebel Trooper squad into the fight. So numbers wise, it looks like it really is in the Rebels' hands at the moment. So we'll see where this goes. Anything can happen. Let's see what our commanders think about this round.
It's going to be an uphill battle. He's got a lot of shots on me, and I don't got a whole lot of shots on him. It's not good.
I'm in the business of dealing death, and business is good.
Alright, start of turn 3. We have Brains and Brawn for Michael and Push for Matthew. So it comes down to the roll-off, and the initiative goes to Matthew. So I just come to an interesting realization here that because Michael's lost Luke and Matthew's lost Boba Fett pretty early in the game, this may have a major consequence on their command hands, depending on what cards they've taken. It's interesting that Matthew has Push. One would think that he'd have Boba Fett's flamethrower, because I damn sure well think he does have the evasive maneuvers for Veers for his other second pip. As for Michael, he has the options of having Luke's cards, Leia's cards, and Chewie's cards. So here we see one of Chewie's cards that works very well with Leia. Yeah, we just don't know what's in each player's command hand, and if either of those characters being deleted is going to affect that or not. So we'll find out.
Trying to get
I'm trying to kill you.
You might want to move like back. The second one. I'll just do it.
Yeah, it was in anyway.
Unless you kind of use pistol, then by all means.
Aim and fire at Chewie. Let's kill this guy.
Yeah.
That's a good start. That's a very good start. 6. I need 4 to kill him. He got no cover. He only saves on the block. Seriously? He rolled 3. He has a wound left.
Oh, wow.
What the hell?
That's Stormtrooper dice.
You have literally rolled so well on Chewie's dice. You have saved, was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? He saved 6. Like, Chewie should have been dead a while ago.
What a hero. That's the Christian.
No, he doesn't. He's enraged.
He's enraged. Oh, okay.
He's enraged, so he has a dash for his
is that how I do it?
And you've moved into range 2.
Yes, no. I was very much expecting Chewie to not roll 3 blocks.
She will aim.
With no surge. 3 blocks. Stormtrooper dice on Chewie.
And she'll
Uncle
give.
Mooney, nice magician.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't even be sad. Like, the amount of times I try to kill Chewie and the fact that Chewie's not dead.
So just so we're in the right mind, she can see him in range, so she can shoot, and as long as he's not in combat, and is in
He
line of
adds his
sight.
dice to the attack, but I get heavy cover.
Sharpshooter 2.
Okay, so I get hooked up.
Yeah.
I spent so much firepower on it.
And she aimed and dodged and gave one out to the commandos. So.
Does she aim and dodge?
Take cover. Oh wait. No, actually.
Yeah. It's like you don't get one.
No, yeah, you're right. So.
Like, wait a minute, let's keep the actions.
Free action. Oh, they give you a free action as well. It's so repellent.
Reroll 2 of those.
So she's got Pierce 1, he's got Pierce 1, so that's Pierce 2, Sharpshooter 2.
Yeah, those are some dead dice. Yeah, no. 3 blocks on white dice. What am I gonna do about it, right?
Oh, you can do the same. So you got the surge, right?
Have you seen my red dice? My red dice roll worse than his Chewy dice. Save 1.
2.
No, take 4. They don't die.
Yeah, I've got Pierce 2.
Yeah, so I rolled 3 saves. So I take 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So you roll 5 hits?
Yeah.
I blocked 1.
Yeah. So he takes.
So he dies for 2. So they have 4 health left. I took 3.
So one had 1 health, right? I've got 4 hits.
Yes. I have 3 health on each bike.
Alright.
So I have 5 health
Yeah.
left, and I took 4. I rolled what I needed to roll to not.
Yeah.
So I have to go in the bag, I think.
Yes.
I think that just decided the game right there. I might have been able to come back, but not with that.
It was 2. It was the roll-ups for Bobber and Luke, and
Yep,
the
that was a
speeder
big deal
bikes.
in the speeder bikes. Yep.
And you got the speeder bikes,
But you rolled 3 defense dice on Chewie
Yeah.
because Chewie.
Just when it enters the battlefield, so
How close do I need to get? Cool, go there. And get
so
there.
we'll bring it from the graveyard to the battlefield. So it's the battlefield.
Let's do a squad next to the TIE fighter.
So
they moved up.
Yeah, they needed the fire support. Yep. And these guys can go run and catch it. It's all good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there. I couldn't see anything.
So they're gonna go there. They are going to shoot at Chewie
Yeah.
because Chewie needs to die now. They get nothing special. They just roll dice. He does not have suppression. He does not gain.
Oh, that's right. Yep, sorry.
So what cover does he have?
I would say you have cover 1. Or probably cover 2, right?
Yeah, probably. That little barricade has been saving
Yeah.
so much.
It's perfectly lined up for me.
Well, I hit with everything, so take 2.
Natties.
Still 50-50. You're still rolling red dice.
He's dead, yeah?
He's dead. If he was not dead now, I'm pretty sure I just quit the game. I mean, I still don't like my chances, but I might as well just quit the game. You're in, but I got heavy.
I'm gonna go on fourth gear.
Yes, it's the. I'm gonna move a little bit farther for range and then leave everybody else in cover.
What would I have? I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
That one barricade is just that, and the fact that you can actually hide behind the ATS.
So they will. What's Veer's range 3?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for
Oh, very just
That works, yeah.
So 3 of us in a car
Should be.
for a while.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
I'm out of range for
Just
Veer's.
me. Calculating.
So then
Maybe-
you'll probably get cover 1 because 50%
Oh,
is.
heavy. The barricade is heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've a feeling. But
Literally the point of putting two guys in there.
I don't know where Lindsay said he's going because Lindsay on Sundays.
No, you can so I take 1. Because you had a crit.
Yeah,
Roll it.
Yeah, cover 2.
Go
the
away.
wife is actually the ball. Do what the wife tells you to. Yeah, no, you're out, Scott. I'm gonna go with this.
I'm gonna go third.
Also to say, 1, 2, or 3.
Spotter.
You won't notice that I'm playing Rebels.
Let's go with Gears. Let's take that off.
As well, let's.
Where's my other aim tokens?
Yeah, I know. Breathe close.
So,
Somewhere.
Change up to 3.
Kneel down to get the draw.
I don't know where they went.
Is that real?
I just had a bunch.
So that needs to be forces things like.
Spotter 2s.
when I cycle,
I'm gonna go ahead and. How much health does Leia have?
4.
Oh, 6. Yeah, like total
6.
6. Yeah, 6. Basically.
I will say.
That's 2 stops.
Up to 5.
You reckon Luke will use his imps when he gets back?
13.
I don't know, probably not.
Because I don't think he has all of the rebels.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
he's gonna shoot.
I thought
He's gonna shoot at.
Yeah, you know what, he probably will just
Just
play.
can see them.
I can.
Yes,
I can see their heads, at least the 2.
That's because
Because I couldn't see him, so that's why I didn't shoot him.
Okay, well, fine. We can play it that way.
yeah.
I thought he could.
Playing rebels.
Could be no.
Yeah, like that's
No, we'll
why.
play it as no, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
'cause
fine.
otherwise I
It's
wouldn't-
not a big deal. It's not a big deal to me. I'm happy to shoot them.
as Imperial.
They're not much of a difference.
Okay, I'm gonna go top second.
One.
1 crit.
1 pierce. So you're gonna lose it.
Up to 5.
And take special.
Chewie did.
Yeah. Yeah, after he rolls, like, literally, all his rolls were red defense dice. Averages. And yet, and I can't save a boba.
He died angry.
He did die angry. He died very angry.
That sniper squad here,
Yep.
they're suppressed. Oh, sorry. That was a blank, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They will.
There's a blank.
Down to.
They'll aim and shoot those storm. Oh, you get cover 1.
Yeah.
He'll aim and shoot at those guys. The speeder bike. You get cover 1. Yeah.
It's alright. He's dead. You got Pierce 1, it doesn't matter. He only has 1 health.
I'll stay the same.
I thought you were just gonna get the commander to punch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 50.
I was pushing shit up a hill that one.
Was it better just to move with one? Better just move one.
Just hop over it.
Yeah.
Well, couldn't you move 2 directly into it and then it just instantly drops to 1?
Yeah, so he moves towards it, but then I have to move towards one. But I have to move the other, use the other template.
But like if you couldn't make it at range 1, yeah? Just say it's like that. Can you just move 2? Oh no.
No, because you have to use this. When you hop over something, it reduces your
Yes, it
by
does.
one.
Let's go. I'll stay. I'll go down to 4.
There's a weird area terrain where
Do I have him?
where it doesn't.
No.
Okay. Then I'll shoot at these guys.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he definitely has at least these two, but the squad has all of them because he'll be able to see. DLT should be fine. Or it'd be close. I mean, I'm perfectly okay if you say I gotta kill your sniper rifle instead.
So
Old squad. This guy into those snipers there.
So, because you have to look from the DLT and then you mark off how many I can kill.
yeah, so the leader can see.
The leader can see them. That's all he needs.
It's this one, right?
So we're looking, but yeah, from the DLT, can he see the last guy? Because that's how you can determine who you can kill.
Yeah, DLT can contribute.
No, not can't contribute. Can it see?
No, it has to see the contribute.
But it has to be able to see this guy. These back two. Can it see either one of these two? That's the question. Because as long, I don't think it's leader that matters. It's just all your unit. Who can they see?
Leads for range, then you've got to be able to see
From somewhere.
Yeah, I'll give that. This heavy cover.
Oh no, they definitely get heavy cover. So he can kill how many of them?
So, it's weird because the DLT can see.
That's what matters. The DLT. What can the DLT see?
Or you measure from the leader, right? Didn't we just
Measure from the leader.
Is it all
Line of
one
sights
squad?
from the unit.
That's not all one squad, right? So the DLT can see this thing.
You can just see that and that.
And the back door.
Okay, so 3 of them. Oh, sorry, they've got it. I forgot they're short quarters. So these 2 go away for 3. And magical dice. I wish I actually couldn't see the last guy, because otherwise I'd kill your sniper rifle. And take another suppression. You can.
These guys.
Yep.
And hang on.
3 squad.
Rally.
None of them are rallying.
They're saving it for the saves, apparently.
Yeah.
They all aim and shoot. What about these?
He was out of range.
You only got one.
You already declared that
Yes,
he was out
that's
of
right.
range.
So you can only,
Yeah, I was just like, why wouldn't I not shoot at him?
Because you can.
Oh wait,
Or was I saying from the gold squad?
yeah, from Gold Squad.
Oh no, the Veers did shoot them. Yes, I'm sorry. Gold squad couldn't shoot them. Veers can. Yeah, go ahead. Shoot Veers. He's got cover 1. Down to cover 0. Kill him. Shoot him.
I'm gonna shoot stormtroopers. These
Smallest
guys.
unit. Go. Heavy cover. Down to light. So you get 1 through.
Yep, 1 through.
And you got Pierce 1, so that kills us 2.
What's left?
I've got these 2 guys left. I got all the far guys.
Yep.
Troopers.
So that's 2.
What does he have for range? Do I have it on him? That's not his base. I'm measuring him. You check that. Okay. So leave him there.
You can only see one though.
Sylvan Scribe.
Sure, that's fine. I pop a dude here, now they can see probably more.
Yeah. That'd be definitely cover 2.
Oh, I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing that I can kill 2.
No, sorry, that was Dark Keeper card originally. You will die.
No aim, just trying to kill them.
We've been rolls off again.
5 down to 3.
Yeah, or yeah.
Save 1, 2 die. Takes the suppression. At least you guys are doing something this time.
That shouldn't be in there. This guy up in the corner.
Yeah. Keep it. Because why would he lose it? Heavy.
That.
Yep, as long as I got 1 guy in, that's half the unit.
Yep, so take 5, 6, 7, 8.
You only got that front unit. Fire your dice, but you need a crit. Regardless, it doesn't matter if I got heavy or not.
Suppression.
Yep. Managed to move away. Which is okay. I was really hoping to pull these guys before last. Cool. I wish to kill them. I will aim and shoot at them.
Yes.
They've got heavy, goes down to light. I will reroll this one. They might as well try to go for second crit. No, they just kills off the sniper rifle. And they take a second suppression.
What was that for? That was those guys. Sorry. As soon as you said second suppression.
Yeah, you just rolled 2. So he gets 2 suppressions. This guy definitely does not resolve his suppression, so he is suppressed. He gets 1 action.
Well, should I re-roll? Because I rolled
No, you
2.
rolled 2 blanks, so it doesn't matter. Like, it's the same result. But it doesn't matter which one you would have rolled.
He will shoot into those guys.
Sure, heavy. Or it doesn't even matter. Why do you get 2 dice?
1.
Is that part of their squad? Okay, just because he's like in base contact with the other guys and looks like them. That's all.
Well, he's different color scheme.
Okay. I did not notice the difference.
Yeah, he's all green and he's got like plan. So 1.
Cover.
So suppression. Alright. That's it for you?
Yep. Not great.
Who's this one?
Okay, end of turn 3. Let's have a look at the board state. Starting with the Imperial side, we have Matthew. Alright, the only thing that he's lost here is the speeder bike squad that was left over from the beginning of the turn. They got annihilated by the brains and brawns of Chewbacca and Leia. He's advanced the DLT squad there on the right, so they're slowly approaching the middle. They also managed to get shots onto the rebel troopers too and put heaps of damage onto them. The 2 DLT squads at the barricades at the bottom of the map there seem unchanged, and Veers is also unchanged there. So they've just been sitting there taking fire and returning fire, managing to put some damage onto the surrounding commando squads. Looking at the rebel side, we've got losses including Chewbacca and the commando squad that's behind the X-Wing wing. They're whittled down to just the unit leader, sadly. The unit leader that was on the bottom of the map near Chewbacca, he's done the wise move there, moved him back towards the key position terrain, keeping him out of line of sight, but still be able to claim that objective. And the rebel squad that was near the AT-AT head, they took a beating through the neck of the AT-AT by that DLT squad. So they're down to just the unit leader as well. Oh no, wait, no, my mistake. Down to the unit leader and a trooper. the commando squad, sadly, that's near the AT-AT body. They're down to the unit leader and the looks like a sniper mini. So Leia is still where she was before. This was because Michael chose to aim and attack with her ability. I believe Leia should have moved up, so that way it sets up the next shot in the start of the next turn. So because of her sharpshooter 2, those stormtrooper squads behind those barricades don't get heavy cover. So especially that 2-man squad that's left there, that would have been a perfect pickings for Leia. Yeah, so understandably you need aim to get the dice to roll your way in case you flop it. I would have gambled. I would have rolled the dice, see if I would killed the bikes or not. Most likely I would have, and then move forward. If I didn't kill the bikes, and then there was plenty of other units around though that could finish that off. But man, I think this game can go either way, assuming that all the Imperial Stormtrooper squads and Veers make it to the objective. It comes down to the Rebel player being able to keep his units alive, but also have the efficiency of making sure his unit leaders in those single-man squads stay alive and just stay out of line of sight, don't get shot up, but at the last minute come in and claim the objective. So it's going to come down to how efficient the Rebel player can be in keeping his unit leaders alive, especially the ones in the 1 to 2 man squads. I'd also be applying pressure to that 2-man Stormtrooper squad, most likely with Leia because she has the highest survivability and because of her sharpshooter 2 as well. This is going to be really close. It's going to come down to who can get the most unit leaders onto the central objective. I mean, right now the TIE Fighter objective is unclaimed, but I think Matthew is fairly confident that his sniper strike team can come down at the last moment and capture it. So let's count that as captured for now. So it's all about fighting over the central objective. Anyways, let's see what our commanders think. Thoughts on that round?
I'm clawing my way back, but it's an uphill battle.
It's interesting. This will make it or break it this round.
Okay, start of turn 4. Let's see what we've got. We have No Time for Sorrows from Michael and Imperial Discipline from Matthew, which will definitely come in handy for that Stormtrooper squad that has 3 suppression tokens on it.
So yeah, comes into under my control. I've actually got winners. You've got income too. I think it should be. Oh, there you go. This is the other way around? Yes, yeah, that's cool. So I'll do that. I've got 4 of them. And I will pass it.
Nice.
Oh, actually,
Alright. So Leia will go.
Out.
Get it? She doesn't even mind.
What's he doing? Sorry?
When I hit you, I can some it's dark triggers. I think I went to tap the other and I then
Got 4 of these.
Literally nothing.
Oh, I only take suppression.
Yep.
They can name it, I stand by it.
So who's got what suppression here? These guys? Heavy cover. It's not great. These guys are gonna shoot them. No aim.
Didn't they have like a hell of a ton of suppression?
They did, but Veers went, "You're all good, guys," and they were like, "You're right, we are." Wow, I rolled 3, so take 1. You block it. You take your suppression now. And then let's book it.
Oh, I should have rallied with her. Is that too late for that?
Would have definitely changed what I did.
Yeah, alright, we'll leave it there. Oh, no, running.
Yeah, they're just running away. I would like to be not here.
Something we do once a month as we go over this collection of untaken stuff.
So it cost too much to get that game?
So that gold's moved, and that's why.
Let's just get it.
You can take your pot shot.
No,
Yes, I had
You specifically made sure they won.
Yeah. We should do this properly. That'd be cover 2.
Well, that's light cover.
Is it?
Yeah. We decided that
Yeah,
X-Wing
we
and
Yeah,
this thing were light. I know they shoot now.
They are going to shoot at these.
Yeah, he's in the open. Beers has red dice. Lock it. Takes expression. Where's that Boba? I couldn't roll 2 blocks to save my life with Boba, but Beers does never die. Yeah, I think I wanted that. Alright, let's go to the bag.
I don't think we go white saves, eh? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
These guys? Gonna try to kill that last guy over there?
Gold squad?
I don't know. Whoever he is.
See you later.
That one.
No. Them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Need 2 hits or a crit. They're aiming. Missed it. Take expression. That is bad. I needed that kill. I need that kill badly.
Close.
Well, it's his turn. Well, roll your suppression. Rally, because otherwise he's surprised. He doesn't lose 1. So what's he doing?
We will.
So he loses.
Yeah.
2 actions.
I needed that kill though.
I'll aim and shoot at. Oh yeah, I can get that guy.
You can go spot if you want.
Got a
There it
crit.
is.
That's why he's a commando. Oh man.
It's pretty good for fires on his We'll just pop out.
These guys.
I thought that guy was going to book it, to be honest. He's hardcore.
Where is my...
It doesn't bother me too much, mostly because I think
You should be able to see the squad.
Which one? Once again, man, it's the leader, right? He can't
Leader?
see
No. Leader has range. The rest of the guys have line of sight. Okay, so I can only see if I wanted to get a whole squad. I have to fire at the back guy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can only kill this dude and that guy lives. But that depends on range. I do not have range. Wait, I do have range 3 on that guy. Actually, you know what? Let's. Well, I got heavy cover either way. Now we got to put all the shots together. Let's try to get rid of this squad.
The commando?
Yeah. There's a crit. Roll 1.
One.
Look, I'm not you. Oh my gosh. Can you stop?
Wow, that looked like a Blake spinning for me.
All of a sudden, just like.
Is that okay? What is that?
I'm sure he doesn't have trick dice. Because at this point,
It looked like it came out of a wormhole.
the amount of luck that he's had on dice, I'm
So that guy couldn't shoot them.
Huh? That guy cannot. I could not see him. That's why I did not shoot at them. They stay expressed.
They will. And that guy can't see gold squad.
He might be able to see the gold squad.
No, I would say no.
Alright. He'd have range, but yeah.
He will. He will shoot that guy. Those guys.
Sure. Why would heavy cover ever matter? Block it. Heavy cover never matters. Alrighty. Here's his turn. He will get rid of that. He will spotter on. We need to start shooting people.
He's gonna get more popular.
I gotta kill him. He's gotta die. Like, the amount of actual hits I put on that guy, the amount of not dying he's doing.
He's dead now.
No, he's not. Oh, he is down. Yeah, he's got Pierce, so he is dead.
Pierce?
Pierce has Pierce once.
Yes.
He actually does kill people. Oh, sorry, I gotta roll for his suppression.
Is it worth popping out for a shot?
Oh yeah.
He's getting heavy cover.
It helps out. So get rid of those guys.
He'll just stay there. He'll just move back a bit.
Sure.
That's it.
Now I got gold spots though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got those squads.
So we're basically just gonna move up to here.
I own strip mine. I know, me too. I was like, yeah, they are.
Oh, I've still got those guys too.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm shooting them.
Wow.
They have heavy cover. But that's fine. I can see the squad. Or can I only see that? Might only be able to see the 2.
Yeah, you can definitely see the 2.
Alright. I got the 2. So I can only see the 2. It's actually not bad. I can see the fly! I got it in. You rolled 1. Got it. So everything minus 2, 3. Well, the 2 die. Those 2 die. That guy becomes leader.
Bring it down to 1 so you're
And they take another spell. I will suppress them out. How much leadership is 2? Nah, she is 2. So if they whiff, no. But they stay suppressed.
Okay, so I'm going
So they only get 1 action?
Yep. Can't see crap.
So this will trigger?
He will just stay there.
Oh, is it just red?
That's it.
Yeah, turn 5.
How's that?
End of turn 4, let's have a look at the board state. Alright, so for Matthew, the Imperial player, nothing much has changed for his Stormtroopers down at the bottom there. They have shuffled around a bit. Wise thinking, getting the 2-man squad away, out of range. so that way there can still be a scoring unit at the end of the game. I think Matthew's doing the right thing here, keeping his guys safe, keeping them in cover, and then possibly this turn or maybe turn 6, he's going to jump in and try to claim that objective in the center there. The Stormtrooper squad up north is slowly advancing again. In the next turn, they're definitely going to be able to contest the center objective. And it looks like they managed to put some shots onto the commando that was behind the X-Wing wing and finishing him off. Okay, Sniper Strike Team still back in the right corner there, popping off shots. I think he should have used his grappling hooks to get down this turn just for that security, but looks like he's going to do it next turn. I'm not sure if he'll make it or not, but we'll see. It depends if he takes the shot or not next turn. All right, over to the Rebel side. So the Rebel trooping unit that was claiming the first objective on the bottom left there has moved up towards the X-Wing. They're trying to get shots onto the Stormtroopers, and I gather next turn they're going to try to claim the central objective. Wise choice again, keeping that commando unit leader behind the rock there, keeping out of line of sight, but also claiming the objective as well. Okay, now there was a lone commando leader that was behind the X-Wing. In the turn, Michael used it to take a shot at the approaching Stormtroopers. I don't think that was a wise choice because he only had 1 dice anyway, and the Stormtroopers had heavy cover, so there was no way he was pushing damage through unless he rolled a critical. So in this instance here, I would have tried to utilize that unit leader to be a capturing point for the central objective, or if not, pull him back. If it's going to be a draw, then you're going to be up on like the unit count at least. But I would have used it to try to contest the central objective. Leia, interestingly enough, is still behind the X-Wing. I think she definitely should have moved up and try to get shots onto either Veers or onto that DLT squad. She's pretty tanky with her 6 health, so I don't think there was any way for her to take too many wounds this turn. And yeah, so it looks like next turn she's going to have to move in. She's going to have to be able to shoot off either the Stormtroopers and claim the objective. It's going to be close. It's a close game. I think anything can happen at this point. Let's see what our commanders think.
Definitely what needed to happen. Could have been a little bit better, but he also didn't do much to me, so I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm still in this, but it's going to come down to the wire.
It's interesting, not sure where it's going to go. I think this will be the make it or break it round. Yeah.
Start of turn 5, we have someone has to save our skins for Michael and standing orders for Matthew. So yes, as I thought, that 2-pip that Matthew has must be either the ZX flamethrower or Veers' evasive maneuvers. Either way, can't use the evasive maneuvers because there's no speeder bikes to use it on, and can't use the flamer because there's no Boba Fett. In saying that, he could still technically use Veers' card, he just wouldn't be able to issue any orders. He would use evasive maneuvers, assign no tokens, but then would have to draw from the bag, but it would still have the initiative of going at 2 pips. It's definitely an option if he does have evasive maneuvers. Otherwise, if he's got the flamethrower for Boba Fett, can't use it, he's not on the field. So he'll be stuck with standing orders on this turn, and most likely in the last turn as well.
That's insane. That's exactly what I needed not to happen. Suppression. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, now this is a completely...
Oh, man.
They're going to aim.
Yeah. This needs to... I need this to not happen.
And they're going to shoot Cold Squad.
Yep. 3. Turn back. Like that. My red dice, your chewy dice. That changes the game up a lot. Alrighty.
Oh yes. Yeah. I was gonna do something.
I was gonna say, it was looking really close. It's still pretty close.
And I had to start.
Troopers.
I'll play you with this one. This is
These guys.
because this one is like all
Yes. That was big.
No, this is counters. As in, like,
As in possibly you can't play that card ever again.
yeah. So counter spell.
That's where I hate it. That's been such a big,
Yeah, it's pretty good for time as well.
big, force wave.
Yeah, we've been going fast. Like a lot of things died in the beginning, so this is gonna be a fast game.
Did you use Ultra Arctic?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so he should definitely be able to see this guy.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Cool. That's what I care about. I'm shooting that squad. Can he? And he's got that guy. Yep. Cool.
Usually that is very,
All right. 3.
Couple one.
Yep. I already took one away. I hit with 4. That's it. That's squad.
Oh yeah,
I'm just squatting for squatting. That was big. That was big.
Well, he could see that those guys.
Oh, you absolutely can. But I just wouldn't have gotten all my shots on him, and I wanted all my shots on the other guy. And he got heavy cover because he just has a suppression token and he's pretty far behind.
Dodge, I'm just gonna shoot them.
Yep, he hits him, even with the heavy cover, because why would you not always roll a crit on 1 dice?
Suppression.
Yeah, well, I'm at least touching something this turn. Veers, let's go Veers. Can't dodge crits. But do I just do it?
Close game. Super close.
Got 4 wins. Should we get to like there? He'll do it. You can see him. He shoots. Oh, he can. No problem. I can obviously get that hand out there. No problems. I specifically moved him so he could.
Dude, you can't see him, man.
What do you mean I can't see him? No. Yeah. I literally looked before I moved him. I solidly have that hand. Otherwise I could move it out farther, but yeah, no, I specifically moved him so I could see the hand. You saw me literally go down, go, that spot I can see him, and move him.
If from here, he can't see him at all.
But I can see your hand.
Well, he can't see him from there, and he can't see his hand from there, so, like...
I can't see him.
No, because if you get down to here, I can easily see that hand.
I can't. Like...
Where's the laser pointer? Do you guys have a laser pointer on? I 100% can see that hand. Here. Can I take this? So if I can, from his head, clearly get a line of sight on that hand.
No, you can't do.
What's that one? That's the.
I'm sorry.
All I need to do.
Oh, you put.
No.
I could have literally nudged him out even farther.
Well,
But I literally pointed to this. I said I can see him from here.
That's like,
and moved my
I
guy.
understand that, man, but that's where you got to place the models better, you know. And like, it's kind of like a make it or break it moment. And I'm not being a dick, because like I'll give it to you. I'm a fucking fair player, but like that's it, man.
But
I'm sorry.
I totally can see his hand.
If you come from here and you look,
But that side doesn't matter, because it's just from his hand to his head.
but they can't see each other.
We
Like
have a damn line of sight. Let me grab something.
that's the whole fucking thing. If you can't see him, you can't see him.
Well, the head can see the hand, the hand should be able to see the head, right?
Like you can't.
From that position, I say you can't, but look, it's up to you guys what you want to say. But if the intention was...
The literally intention was so I could shoot him. I only wanted to move as far as I could do to see him.
Well,
And I specifically moved him there so I could see him.
I understand that, man, but like...
But I still think I can, and that's the thing.
I would give it to you if you could, 100%, man. But like, if you...
But like, who cares?
Like, he can't see, man.
What's up? What's that?
Huh?
What?
And we're discussing, can he see this guy? I thought I could totally see him. I marked the spot. I literally measured everything. I could see him. I still think I can.
Can't see him.
From his head.
From his head back here. Look at his head. You can't see anyone. Turn around. Look at the wall.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I've been pretty like. There's been a couple of things like when you move the guy, the speeder bikes and shit, and I've like given it to you.
You know what? Whatever. It's fine. Like, whatever.
You can't see him.
I'm sorry.
I could have moved him in.
Well, that's the thing. It's like.
But like I saw it, and I still think I like. The thing is, the difference is, I mean, it could be the glasses.
Yeah.
It could be something else.
Yeah.
But I can see it. That's the problem.
Well, you probably could if you put him in the right spot, yeah. But like.
He's right there.
I mean, it could be my glasses. It could be something else because I thought I could see his hand. But I mean, if you want to say that, I mean, like.
It drops out for me. It's
I'm sorry, man. Like.
I mean,
I'll
like.
give it to you. I would.
No, I mean,
I
it's
promise.
fine. No, that's fine. I'll move him there. He's done.
Yeah. Yeah, he said.
Those guys were just.
So I told him.
I've still got a guy left.
What do you got? Oh, yeah.
I said, he said he's keen for a thing after. I said,
Actually, I've got a lot of things left. I still got these guys as well. Are they going to take a shot at the Rebels?
No.
Big squad?
Healthy squad? Yeah. Why not?
Should have just put them all the way out.
Standby.
Alright, shooting then. They got no cover. Take two, or bolt two. Shoot it. Then, they did not do a thing, so they're now moving. So he's dropping down on this edge.
That's 2 moves.
No, because he's clambering.
The clambers are down, yeah?
Sorry, yeah, that's an action, yeah. So he's down like that. That's it. That's all I needed to do.
Alright.
Alrighty, and then no, so these guys.
They're better when you use his bars. Yeah. Standby. Yeah. And they get the, and then if people move in, you shoot them. Yeah. And then they activate, they can shoot again.
They don't want to shoot.
Yeah.
I was thinking I could do that now by shooting them. Alright, well, I'll just.
You need his card.
Yeah, I'll just pop it and shoot. So that's black, 2 pirates, and what's the DLC? 2 red and a white.
oh yes.
No, she's gonna kill me.
So aim and pop
So you're looking at the primary one now? Yeah, well, I saw it.
So they get to rear of 4 dice.
Alright, end of turn 5. Here's the board state. Let's have a look. It was a quick round because both sides don't have that many activations left to go. But here we are. So the Imperial player, Matthew, he's managed to push Veers up into the central objective. The 2-man DLT squad has also managed to push forward too, making sure they're hiding behind the central objective there, out of line of sight, so they don't get shot up. The the DLT squad that started on the right-hand side of the field are now in base contact with the central objective. They also managed to blow away the Rebel Trooper squad that was contesting the same objective there. The Sniper Strike team on the bottom right, they took a bit of a gamble. They fired around, and then they used their second action to clamber down because they've got grappling hooks. No need to roll. So on the next turn, they're gonna have to hope that 2 moves is enough to claim the TIE Fighter objective there. Over on the Rebel side, this looks very bleak for the Rebel player. He lost the Rebel Trooper squad that was contesting the central objective. That Commando squad is now just down to 1 unit leader. Yeah, it's looking bleak. Right now it's a 3-1 claim on the central objective. The only units that he has left to claim to contest that is going to be Leia and the Rebel Trooper Squad near the X-Wing, and that's assuming that he can keep the unit leader alive. That's on the central objective. The one on the left there on the first objective is still out of line of sight. Good move. Got to claim that objective. So it's going to be really close. It's going to really depend on who rolls what. If you can take out Veers maybe on this turn, or maybe kill the two-man DLT squad. That's the only way I can see this swinging. Otherwise, even if it is going to be a draw, I think the Imperial player is up on points as well. So we're going to have to see how this ends. All right, turn 6 should be pretty quick. Let's see what our commanders think about how turn 5 went.
Apparently I made a stupid mistake that my glasses say they're there, but if everyone else says that you can't see them, that's probably game for me. But we'll find out. I mean, it's still close, but lots of hats to go my way. Thoughts?
I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy. We'll see what happens. Round 6.
Alright, start of turn 6, surprising nobody, both their command cards are standing orders. And the initiative goes to Matthew, and I actually think this is the first time he's taken initiative all game.
Do I want to give it to Veers actually? Oh, this was good.
I guess we'll just aim and punch.
No, I think I need these guys to go first. I can't even take the option of someone else going
I don't
first.
think I'm putting tenacity on it.
No, it took away. Fucked it up. This card. Yeah, take this. And
This guy's going.
Yep.
He's going to move to here. Just not play around. They're all there. He's open. Let's shoot. 3 white guys. Those 3 got it. This guy's just there for backup. That's purposeful. 2. I might actually have this game.
He's got to get a turn. They die. It's turn, yeah.
He's probably going to make it.
I didn't take that.
I mean, I think about it, I've got 40 pins.
doesn't say it at all.
Legion. Such a game of being of a push and a roll.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm putting in the wrong spot. It's fine.
No, but you've got.
Not only like for all 6 rounds, it's like up and down, like.
Oh yeah. No, his whole like even round 1 was like I am losing, and all of a sudden Boot takes 5. And it's like, oh, all right, I'm back in it.
Hey, because it's the objective game.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm still betting that they can make it. They should.
We'll see. Well, I can't even see, so I don't even know. That's why I'm not.
You choose to get into base contact. If you can't do it, I lose. You got 2 movements. So. Trying to get a pot shot in.
Yeah, just say that.
These dudes. Can I see anybody?
So place that prepared guy poorly.
You know what? This point I don't even really care. He's literally just. He's just gonna move into here, and they're gonna take a dodge.
So they don't search because they have to take defense right from you.
Piece one. Cover one, no cover.
Yep. Alright, so actually I might have the game. Just need to make sure that this happens. So this is it. This is where the game is. If they can't make it, where's my 2? Thanks.
You know, I just took too much fire there. I should have shot them earlier. I wanted to get the heal then shoot.
Yeah, I can get it. No problem.
This should be 12.
Okay. That should be game, because I don't think Lay can kill anybody.
Yeah, I think they get to the game of this. They're not that great. You need Boba. One hit, blue. Yeah, I know. You run up into
Well, she can't kill anybody while still getting in contact. Not a big deal.
rank 1. Yeah. Just run up to rank 1 and be like, I guess on the style of it, fly.
Good game.
Let's actually.
That was
brutal roller coaster.
Move out of combat and shooting. Or you move out of combat and be like, shoot someone else, or shoot in, and then he's in the open.
So that's the end of the game. The victory goes to Matthew Freier. Congratulations. So let's hear our final thoughts from our winner and our runner-up for this game.
That was that was just a roller coaster of the game. I did not think I had that until the last turn. It was a fun, friendly game, but yeah, Michael definitely pushed me.
It was interesting. It was really down to the wire. I don't think there was much more I could have done, which is disappointing for me, but it's what it is.
So wow, what a game. So yes, turns out that Sniper Strike team could make it to the TIE Fighter objective. The central objective also contested by both players, but Matthew had more unit leaders in there, so that objective went to him as well. So the result there was a 2-1 in score towards Matthew. So congratulations to him. He wins the Sydney Skirmisher League for Season 1, 2019. Well done, good sir. Wow, what can I say? This game was an emotional roller coaster for everyone watching, everyone playing. I'm pretty sure most people thought from turn 1 to turn 5 that the Rebel player Michael Mooney had this in the bag. And then, yeah, it was looking a bit bleak, I do admit. And around turn 5, when the unit count started getting a bit poor and low on both sides, and the Imperial player sort of had the advantage. But yeah, Matthew managed to pull it out of the bag right at the last time, everything fell into place. And it worked out for him. Unlucky for Michael. I think there was a few moves there he could have done that would have been more optimal for his victory. All the people that play Luke Skywalker out there, definitely you need to hold him back, especially on something like key positions. You need to keep him out of line of sight for the majority of the early game, and in the late game, he jumps out and messes your stuff up. And even if you can hit back, it will just take too long to bring him down. So yeah, it was just unfortunate there that Luke copped so much damage on turn 1, but to similar effect, so did Boba Fett. So these two guys, man, they were duking it out from turn 1s onwards. Turn 1, turn 2, massive power turns for these guys, and then it just petered out all the way down to turn 6. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you. Hope you enjoyed the battle report, hope you enjoyed the commentary, and for everyone who participated in Season 1 of the Sydney Skirmisher League for Star Wars Legion, I hope you had a good time, and hopefully I'll see you guys again in Season 2. This is a veteran Captain Ken, signing out.